The secret to beating addiction for me was to fully leave it behind. I completely left it in the dust. I got out of rehab and I completely just went on with something else, man. I didn't stay in that life. I didn't go to meetings. I didn't continue to have a sponsor and to have, people and support. I wasn't under this idea that I was in recovery and that, I'm going to need help. I'm going to need support. Because that's one of the main things they say. You need a really good support system. And initially, it's true. You absolutely do. But for me, I found I kept just relapsing, dude. I would get like a year clean. I did this a couple times. I get like a year clean under this whole program and system. And then I would relapse. And it wasn't until I fully left it behind to where I continued on to where I am today, having about 13 years off of everything. What happened was I kept falling back in that trap because I just believed that it was so hard. I was going about it with this idea that it's difficult. Everyone told me that. That's like what it is, one day at a time. Once an addict, always an addict. The 12 steps to recovery, the long road to recovery. You're going to need a sponsor. You're going to struggle. This is going to be hard. Like that's all the shit was, man. And I was sick of just being like that. I was sick of it. I'm like, dude, so I'm just constantly in recovery. I'm a recovering addict. 10 years later, I'd go to a meeting and there'd be guys that'd be like, yeah, my last drink was in 1985. I'm recovering. I'm still taking, almost got triggered from the alcohol aisle. I truly believe if brother just got the hell out of there and retrained his mind, he could live a whole new life without any of these problems. That's what I did, and I don't think I'm special. I truly do not think I'm special. I think we all are capable of this. It's not hard to beat addiction. If you can change your mindset and rewire your neural pathways, this is science, brother. I'm not a scientist, but I'm capable of looking up some definitions and observing the world and stuff, Neuroplasticity is like a scientific thing where your mind, your neural pathways will rewire based on the thoughts you feed it. That rewiring can help you notice other opportunities and things that come into your life. It's like the law of attraction, right? That's another thing I talk about a lot because I use those mental tactics to navigate through my life. And there's some scientific backing to it in the sense of neuroplasticity, right? So look into it. You'll see what I mean, but it basically just shows you how powerful your thoughts are, your thinking, just your brain. We're literally creating our own little realities here as we go based on our thoughts. So when I was an addict and all I thought about was struggle, difficult, even I would be doing well too, I'd have 9 months, 10 months, and then I'd relapse again or some shit. But during the time of me doing well, I was under the mindset of a hard time, it's difficult. I need this support. What am I going to do without it? That mindset ultimately didn't serve me, man. I mean, I had to abandon it in order for me to actually get somewhere with this. I literally, and so many people that are in that system, some are doing well and some can sustain a really long time of recovery. I even hate saying that word. But a lot of them are also on these medications that they give you to kind of help you. And I don't view that as being truly sober. When I was a heroin addict, they gave me Suboxone and methadone, and those are opiates, right? Heroin is an opiate. That's the drug I was addicted to, opiates, Vicodin, Oxycontin. Methadone and Suboxone, the treatment, the medications, those are opiates. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's literally the same drug I've been on. If I stop taking my Suboxone, what happens? I go into withdrawal and I get sick. I need to go to the doctor every month to get my script. I was chained down. True recovery and truly, breaking free of addiction is you're not taking nothing. And we can all do that with our mindset, brother. I promise you guys. Put yourself somewhere else. You are not a struggling addict. You're not in recovery. That's not what we're going to be thinking. That's not what we're going to feed our subconscious mind. You're going to think about what it is you want. What life do you want? Me, I wanted just, a successful life. I've always played drums and I always loved music and I knew I wanted to be like a professional drummer at some point. But right when I got sober, it wasn't really on my mind. I was thinking of let me just get into a normal life here. So I put my mind there and I went there. And a couple years later, I had a whole company. I was a contractor. and I was going out doing jobs. I had a team of guys. I had employees. I was the boss. I had to pay these guys, and I was running this business, and we were getting jobs, and we were, I was doing that. And I did not think about my addiction one time, dude. It was gone, brother. The shit never happened. I let it go. I don't go to meetings. I don't talk about it. None of that, dude. I'm just not an addict. I refuse to believe that and to bring that out of my life. Once my father passed away in 2019, I sold my company because I was like, I don't even want to do this anymore. I don't even want these employees. I didn't really love it. Like, I just was doing it because I wanted to prove to myself that I could do something. Even though it was a comfortable life, I was, I found some success with it. I was making good money. I had a nice house. I sold all that when my father died because I wanted to chase the dream of becoming a drummer, a famous professional musician who travels around the world, who tours, gets recognized by big companies, right? I wanted the endorsements. I wanted this whole thing. I wanted to be written up in magazines, and I wanted that. So I went for it. I literally put my mind there. I saw it. I envisioned it. And I fucking went for it, and it happened. Okay? That's what happened. See this thing right here, the cowboy drummer? I got this other page where I make drum content. I'm on Instagram and TikTok and Facebook, and I have huge followings on all of them. I have like 250,000 followers on Facebook, 200K on Instagram, 130 on TikTok. All my platforms are big because that's what I went for, and that's what I envisioned. That's what I thought about and harnessed that energy. And it just came to fruition. Just like when I was a drug addict. That's all I thought about, and that's all I went after, and that's all I focused on, and that's all that came to fruition, dude. Drugs. And everything else that came with it. Going to jail. In and out of jail. Bunch of times. I don't even know how many times. A lot. In and out of rehab. Fail. Get back out. Go in front of the judge. Go to jail. Get back out. I changed my mindset. I changed my thinking. Everything came about it. So if you're an addict and you're struggling with addiction, or you know someone who is, please send them this video because I want them to watch it, and I want them to understand how much this worked for me and how confident I am that it'll work for you in any aspect of life, not just addiction, anything. If you want to achieve goals, if you want to go after something, you can do it. It starts in your mind. You just got to go there mentally. Neuroplasticity will start working. Your brain will start rewiring to believe these ideas that you're feeding it. And then your brain will subconsciously start picking up these opportunities and ideas in the real world to support it. It's real, guys. This is real stuff I'm talking about here. Shout out to Dr. Joe Dispenza. I learned a lot of this from him and from Bob Proctor. Rest in peace to Bob Proctor. He passed away. But I beat heroin addiction. The most coveted, the craziest feat. It's so difficult. The success rates are extremely low of getting off of heroin. A lot of people die and end up in prison. I beat it, and it wasn't hard. It was very easy. Very easy, dude. You just have to understand some mental tactics. I read this book called The Law of Attraction and this other book called The Secret, and I give them all my credit because once I learned what they were talking about and I applied it to my life, everything changed. And once you learn it, you can't unlearn it. You will always go forward the rest of your life knowing this, and you will act accordingly, and amazing things can happen. I'm in the middle of manifesting a lot more right now as we speak. And you guys will see. If you're watching this and you're on this channel, hold me to it, brother. You're going to be here for it. Because I want this channel to be big. I see it in my mind. I'm going to go for it just like everything else I've done in my life. And just like everything we all do, whether we know it or not. We're all on autopilot creating our life. Get conscious about it. Choose what it is you want. Go there mentally and go for it. I'm out. I hope you guys have a good day. It's Sunday, November 9th. The weekend's over, but we're going to start Monday. I hope you guys have a great week. Subscribe, like, comment, share. I'll be back. Peace.